science class, and I hope that you people are enjoying your studies and revising the things as well, because your midterm exam is about to begin. And let's begin this chapter once again, that is water. And as you know that water is present in three forms. You have studied in standard 6 also, and in standard 5 and in standard 4, that water is present in three forms on the earth. And earth look blue because of the presence of water in it. There is abundant of water is there on the earth, and these are solid, liquid, and gas. And in a liquid form, that is ocean, seas, river, lakes, ponds. All these are all we find water in this in liquid form. Whereas in solid form, there's polar ice caps and glaciers that you people have told that it is the moving snow river. And gaseous form, it is all around us. In this humid environment, the presence of water is more. That's why we feel, sweaty. I'm having the book in front of me, and the first activity is write 10 uses of water in our daily life. Can you write? I know. Immediately write down the 10 uses of water that you use for bathing, drinking, cooking, cleaning. There you cannot count, and you cannot survive without water. That is pretty clear. And water is, it is said that is present in abundance, means it's abundance. Plenty of water is there on our earth, and that is why it looks blue. But why it is still scarce? Why it is not abundant yet scarce? Means kami hai. So why there is scarcity of water? Let's see the move to the next slide, and this is the exact picture that is given in your textbook. And this displays, this tells the whole story. This tells the whole story that why water is abundant, still scarce. 97% of water is in seas and oceans. Means it is salty, not fit for drinking. So how much is left? How much water is left? Then only 3% that can be used for drinking purpose, that we can use. That is 2% glaciers and ice caps, 0.7%, and glacier and ice caps cannot be used readily. Even the groundwater, you cannot just fetch it and use it. Only the 3% river, lakes, and streams water are available for use. And that's why 97% is water that is not fit for drinking. Okay, that's why it is said that water is in abundance, but still it is scarce. Let's move to the next slide. And how much water is available? Just now we have seen, this is that about 71% of the earth's surface is covered with water. When we are talking about whole water, that is 97% is water, but the whole surface of earth, 71% surface covered with water only. That is seas, streams, glaciers, um, rivers. All these constitutes of 71% of earth's surface. Now almost all the water on the earth is contained in the seas and oceans, rivers, lakes, ice caps, groundwater, and the atmosphere. And atmosphere, the vapor form that is present in our atmosphere. And most of this water is not fit for human consumption. So fresh water. And this is the diagram of water cycle that you already understand and know. And why this water cycle is, I have made one slide of water cycle, because we are using enough water, we are getting it because of this water cycle. Lots of water being transpired in the environment, evaporated from the sea and ponds and rivers, and then it. No, this is very clear. And because of water cycle, we are having the continuous flow of water. Okay. So now, what do you understand by local sources of water? That like we are urban people, we are in the cities, and how does water come to our houses? It come by pipes and it by the network of pipes. The water is being supplied. Like in apartment, use motor is being used to draw water from the ground, and it goes up in the tank above on the roof, and from there, from the networks of pipe, it is distributed in each flats. So that is local source of water. Local source of water. Now but earlier it was not like that. Even now, even these days also, there are people who struggle enough to get the water requirement fulfilled. They have to travel long distance to get drinking water. They have to struggle to have it's not very easy even these days, but earlier it was really difficult. But we urban people are blessed enough, that we are having water at in our flats and at our home, and we are living a comfortable life. So these are local sources of water, like a river. From the Ganga river, water is being taken out, and or from the ground it is being drawn, and it is being treated, and then it is given supplied to the different houses of the city, schools, office, and everywhere. Okay, so water treatment plant. Get to know more about water treatment plant. What is its function? Water. When we draw water, can you go to the river Ganga and take a glass of water and drink it? No, you cannot, because it is not fit for drinking. It has to be treated before we drink it, to keep the contamination. We have to clean the water before we intake, before we take it, because if we will drink contaminated water, we may fall sick. Now, this is groundwater. The groundwater has a large storage of water inside it. You know that water is drawn from the ground. Even in apartments and all, the water is being drawn from the ground. Wow, how does it happens? By the tube well. Okay, so this text, maybe you may find this text is very zyada lag raha hai, but it's not like this. Just it is simple thing, that what is groundwater? That is the groundwater that is drawn from the ground. And what is water table? Groundwater and the water table. The upper layer of water, groundwater, is water table. Okay, so the water found below the water table is groundwater, and the rainwater from the sources such as river, pond seeps the soil and fills the empty space and cracks deep below the ground. In this rainy season, there you can see lots of puddles of water. uh, there are water logging. Why this is there is water logging? Because this the ground is has saturated. In summers, when the first rain falls on the earth, what do you see? It completely dries up. But after so many rainfalls, it stops. The seepage of water stops, and when it stops, it means the ground below is saturated. It cannot contain more of the water, so it is saturated. So the more of the water cannot be retained by the ground, so it floats on the surface. And you get to know the groundwater is stored between layers of hard rocks or soil. When you will study soil, you will study different horizons of soil, and how the water is being trapped there, and that water is being drawn for the use. This is groundwater. Now see here the groundwater water table, and it is water table. Let me see. Okay, this is groundwater. And what happened? Something went wrong. Okay, never mind, we will do it. So depletion of water. Depletion means why the water is scarce. Where does the water uh, why water deplete, means why there is a scarcity of water. So water table may go down if water is not sufficiently replenished. Replenished means recharged. When the ground, when it rains, it has to, its rain recharges the ground water. But if it is not recharged, the water below the ground deplete, means it is it becomes very less. So why it happens? Because we keep on drawing water from the ground, because of increasing for more people, more use of, more consumption of water. Industries again require water. Decrease of seepage area of seepage, of rainwater. Rainwater harvesting in, we will be coming to the next slide when there is rainwater harvesting. Why? Because these days more of the apartments are being, lots of concrete jungle has been come up. So there is less amount of open space where water can seep into the ground to recharge groundwater. So if there is less amount of that open space where the water can seep and recharge, then it will deplete. Okay. Deforestation, scanty rainfall. If the rainfall is less, there is drought. सूखा पड़ता है. And deforestation, less forest, less rain. That is, you have just celebrated one Mahotsav, so you know that. Now, increasing population, increasing population create demands of construction of house, shops, offices, roads, and pavements. All these, decrease the seepage of that. Just now we have discussed. So this text, do not be boggled down with the text. It's not very much. It's just that it's easy, easy. Okay. Okay, next, let's see the next slide. Increasing interest that we have just discussed. Don't be worried, don't worry by the text. It's very simple thing that how increasing industry leads to depletion of water. Agriculture activities, so if there is no rain, farmer depends on groundwater. They draw groundwater for irrigation purpose and all. Understand that's quite a quite natural that more of water will be used, so there will be depletion of water. Okay, so next is now water management. If there is more water, it's problem like floods. If there is less water, it's the problem that is drought. So water management is what? Better management of water resource can help in conserving water. Means water has to be conserved for future use. The rainwater should not be allowed to flow into the drain. Just that is what we were discussing, water harvesting or rainwater harvesting. So most of the water that we get as rainfalls just flow away. The rainwater can be used to recharge the ground, just like that. Just we have discussed that the seepage of water to the ground to recharge the groundwater. Many places in India, Bawris and Bawris, there are things and the step wells. Earlier there was, you must have studied in social science. So that was the traditional way of collecting water, and that was water management. Just imagine back then, how people used different techniques to manage water so that they won't mm, suffer with they won't have the scarcity of water. There were different management even in the earlier times. So this is rainwater harvesting. It's the collection and storage of rain rather than allowing it to run off. Rainwater is collected from the roof-like structure. You in science exhibition, many of you have made rainwater harvesting, and you have understood how the rainwater being collected on the rooftop, and then the pipe is it is directed to the ground so that the ground gets recharged, or there is tank inside the ground beneath the house which stores the rainwater. This is rainwater harvesting. Let's move to the next part, how this works. Now see here how the rainwater is being harvested. Just see, let me see, rainwater. Just see this side, the rain is being here, and then see from the roof it is being directed to the tank below the ground, and it is being used when there is less water. Now, ways of saving water. You know how to save water. How you will save water? By what? By using mugs, by not keep the shower open, by, let's move to the next slide. There are so many ways that you can, by keeping the this leaking taps in proper condition. So see the time, even these days now, people are understanding the importance of Bawris. Drip irrigation is water saving irrigation system. In this system, water falls on the root of the plant's drop. And nowadays, if you will go through different, nowadays the you are at the technology is in your hand, and you can use it to find out how different ways are being, ways are being discovered, so there is less use of water and more production. uh, People are using different ways for conserving water. So we can also play an important role in saving of water. We should turn off tap while bathing and brushing. We should mop. It is written map, but it should mop the floor instead of washing. We should use a bucket, and we should always keep the knob of the tap tight so that there is no seepage, no you know um, wastage of water. Let's move. It's a simple chapter. I hope that you will do good. Wastewater management. Have you ever wondered that the big nalas, big drainage systems are here, and all these drains, where does it go? All the wastewater. Wastewater is what? What is wastewater? Wastewater is that various we use water for various purposes: washing, cleaning, and bathing, cooking. So many things we use water. So where does this water goes? From the washroom, from the kitchen, where does it go? Have you wondered? And what is wastewater management? If water goes just like it is going in the, on the land or the ground, then what will happen? You can well imagine what can happen. It will filthy, disease, the place of breeding ground of mosquitoes. So the water has to, wastewater has to be managed. So wastewater, so this wastewater is managed by sewage treatment plant. Do you know Patna to have sewage treatment plant, and the drain water, where does it, how it is disposed to river Ganga? Have you wondered? Most of the there are septic tanks in each houses where the wastewater goes there, and from there it seeps to the ground and recharge the groundwater, and that is used, reused. But there are big drains, big nalas are being constructed over, underground nalas are there. How it is being managed? These all these drain water is treated before it is being sent to the river. Otherwise, what will happen to the river? But it is happening. It is said that water must be treated before it is being disposed to the river, but some most of the time it is not happening. That's why river is being polluted, and we cannot risk drinking water from Ganga. We cannot risk, because water is contaminated. We cannot rely, we cannot suppose that since water is a holy river, Ganga is a holy river, and we can have water. We can, even if you go and bath in river Ganga, you will come back to your home and have a good bath in the bathroom. Why? Because you understand, you know that river is not clean these days. Okay. And so next is, okay, the goal. This is what just we have discussed. This is in text. Okay, the goal of wastewater management: to clean and protect water. This means that water must be clean enough so that it can be used by people for drinking and washing, and by industry for commercial purpose. It also must be clean enough to release into oceans, lakes, and rivers after it has been used. And this is the water treatment plant. Even here in IGMS, I have seen such kind of construction, that how they treat the wastewater. You can, if you are interested, you can search more about it.